All right, Najah, we please have a one-word whole theme prompt.
Whole
A
theme?
one-word? Did you say whole theme?
Whole themed prompt.
Oh, a whole theme prompt. Ooh, I was gonna say sploosh.
That works. Here we go. 3, 2.
I think the word you're looking for is swoosh? Sploosh? Sploosh, I think, is a Jack Black thing, right? Oh, no, he's skadoosh. That's what I'm thinking of. Kung Fu Panda. Skadoosh! Ken, have you seen Kung Fu Panda 4 yet? I know it's your favorite.
I have. I had to rewatch 1 through 3 first. Hold on one second. Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
This is the show where we take an up holes. This is a show where we take over TV shows and movies as chosen by our guests, and this week we're watching Holes.
2003 Disney film. Holes.
That's right. Holes.
Man, that needle drop when the movie starts.
Oh, so
bringing me
good.
back.
Check the tag, the names, whatever his name was.
Barf bag.
Barf bag. That's not it. I was going to say Sandman, but that's not it either. It's, hold
Caveman.
on. I got it. Caveman. Yeah. Oh, our guest is upset right now.
Let's bring her on right away. Returning guest, Najah Bhatty.
Hey.
Hi, Najah. Okay, sorry. Caveman, CJ. Or Ken. It's
Yeah.
I got it.
I blanked.
I watched this yesterday. It's fresh.
Same.
I watched it 2 months ago.
Oh,
and
God.
It's fresh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I'll
bet.
never forget about Holes, ever.
My wife Meg knows the entire rap and will rap it on occasion. And
That's awesome.
And so once that was on your list, I was like, oh, I got to watch Holes. Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh my gosh. Bring her on. Can we bring her on at the end to do a
Yeah,
little...
where's Meg? Meg!
Sure, I'll
Meg!
see if she's around. I think she might be making dinner, though.
Oh, okay.
I'll have her recorded for the credits, though. I think she should do that.
That would be great if she's willing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to, and I want to introduce her as the musical guest, like I'm the SNL host or something.
Musical guest. Wait, CJ, do it.
Musical guest, Meg!
How you been, Najah? Welcome back on the show. I feel like it's been a while.
It's been a while. I've been well. Nothing crazy has happened. I've just, honestly, Holes has been the most important thing that you need to know about my life. I've watched many movies. Holes is the only one that's relevant.
We were talking about childhood stuff a bit before recording. Were you a camp kid at all? Did you do any summer activities?
Ooh, summer activities involved, my mom would buy our math and English books for the next school year. So I was busy doing that. And then we also just played
What do
outside
you
a
mean
lot.
doing that? Did
What?
you read the books ahead of time?
No, God, no. I don't want to do homework twice. No, but you would go to like Julasco and they would have like math activity books and like language arts activities books. And my mom would buy them for like whatever grade we were going into. So
Okay.
I specifically remember doing that during the summer. And
Okay.
oh my God, I guess I'm a nerd because we would have a whiteboard downstairs and maybe I just like the whiteboard, but I would play school with my stuffed animals.
And you're the teacher?
Can't get enough learning.
What kind of student was I? I was actually a great student now that I realize it.
Sounds like it.
What
Yeah.
non-school related things did you do? during
Oh, thank
summer?
God you asked because I want to get far away from that topic. I definitely played sports. I would play with my sisters, and then as far as camp goes, I was a camp girl, but when I was a little bit older, we had like
What type of camp?
yeah, our mosque had like a specific girls camp that we would go to, which was super fun. And like, I don't know, I guess we never had like a lot of those opportunities growing up. So we would look forward to camp like every year.
Where was this camp? Is it like out in the woods on a lake or just like at a school?
Yes. Well, not at a school because school was only for the summer when I was teaching it in my basement. But, but it was far, far away in my opinion. But I think when I grew up, I learned it was in Rockford. Like it wasn't actually that far.
Oh, gross.
It's in Rockford. And I was like, oh no, I thought it was in a magical land. Yeah, there was cabins. It was next to like some sort of water body of some sort. I don't think it was a lake, but I'll have to check up. I'll check up on a map of Rockford to figure out where it actually was.
Just some like factory sludge, something like that.
Probably
Get mutant powers if you went in there. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I never, we got to like jump in the lake once, and that was like not whatever. I'm sorry, not lake, the water body of water, whatever, body of water, and that was really fun. But it was like a big deal. A lot of people had to like be motivated and like applauded whenever they did it. So
I don't think I went to any camp. That sounds fun. I did.
you should try it.
Try now? Yeah, I should.
Yeah, the all girls Muslim camp that I went to. Please try. Yeah, I mean, well, CJ, now you could just go to the pool and like.
Yeah, I'm an adult. I'll do whatever I want. The summer was soccer, and I think just that. I remember getting out of band practice because I was in soccer. Because I was in both.
You were in band?
Of course.
We were both in band.
You're looking at two band geeks.
Wait, both of you guys were in marching band?
I was in marching
dropped
band
out pretty
for
early
1 year.
But I was in marching band.
Wait, hold on. You were in marching band?
I was, yeah.
Okay, I need to know
all
what
the
instrument
bands.
you played and how long did you play for?
I played the flute, and I'm kidding. No, I was a percussionist. I played like all the things. I played drum set for jazz band and the pit for musicals.
The
like
pit?
everything. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, and so
CJ played the pit too,
marching
though,
band-
but like was guitarist at that point. But CJ played trumpet in band.
Yeah.
Okay, CJ, so you dropped out of marching band. We have to talk about this because I was in band growing up. I played the oboe, so I never had to march.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yes, but I had a hard time quitting. Like band teachers think band is everyone's entire life, so they would never let you quit. Like I felt like I was
Yeah.
I felt like I was bullied by my band teacher low key.
Probably.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so we're all on the same page that they're kind of they're a little crazy about band.
Yes, they want you to think it should be your entire life, like revolves around it.
Well, otherwise, if everyone ditches band, they're out of a job, right? Like, they're not backfilling band positions.
Oh my God, you're right. It is their entire livelihood.
Yeah.
How could I be so selfish to think that I could quit band sophomore year of high school?
Oh, you should be able to quit if you don't like it. It's fine. There's enough kids that will always be in it. People who don't like it should quit.
You know what? And you're right. But the thing is, I think I was in a terrible position because I was an oboist and there was only one oboist besides me. And she was like in the advanced band. I was doing it more just for fun and more of a casual thing.
Yeah.
And then when they wanted me to commit and like move to advanced band, I don't believe they thought I was that good, but because that girl was graduating, they were like, we're out of an oboist. We have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they tried to talk me up and be like, you can do it. But then they also wanted me to take private lessons during the summer, which, as you know, I don't do that because I'm teaching school to my stuffed animals.
You got to work on that pension.
I never got that. Yeah, so I'm not interested in taking your very expensive private lessons for oboe. So I never did. And then the next year I was like, well, they can't stop me. I'm just going to go in and like put in my class schedule and not put band in. And they found me in the hallway and like cornered me. Both of the band directors
pushed you in a locker.
Yeah, it felt that way, CJ. They pushed me into the nook of the library. And they were like, oh, what do you have first period? I'm like, English. They go, you already know English. And I'm like, what
the hell?
And they're like, why don't you go back to your counselor and tell them that you're going to take band? And then I started crying as a junior in high school.
Yeesh.
I told my mom, and my immigrant mom, who honestly, I don't even know why I called her that. But the fact that she had to like advocate for me and stand up to these two band teachers and be like, I'm just not exactly happy. And then they were like, what? We had no idea. I'm like, bro, you.
Oh my God.
It made me so
awful.
upset. Yeah, but then when my mom was there, they were like, oh my God, we had no idea. Of course you can quit. We had please. I'm like, get out of here.
That I'm sorry to hear. That sucks.
Yeah, that's terrible. Jesus.
So I'm the only one with that experience, I guess.
Oh no, I'll tell a story about how our band teacher was a jerk. So I hated marching band my freshman year, but I was told that like you had to do it. If you were in band, you therefore had to do marching band. I was like, but I don't like that. I just want to be in regular band and just play like the school concerts and stuff.
I just want to sit down.
Exactly. But I was a trumpet player. There were like, I don't know, 20 of us. So it really didn't matter what the fuck I did anyway. You're not going to hear me anyway. So In marching band, I hated it, so I didn't really learn the steps or the routine. Yeah. And so what our band teacher would do is during football games when we had to play, there was a photographer and he would get the pictures of our formation. And if you were sort of out of line, he would circle them in red pen and hang them in the hallway. So it was a literal wall of shame, a literal hallway of like shame, of like you did something bad. Yeah.
Wow.
I do.
Yeah, I bet.
You were never an outlier, Ken.
Yeah.
Well, the percussionists don't really have to do much. We just stand in a line and then move forward or backward. Like we're not making crazy shapes like CJ had to.
Yeah. So so many of our friends have heard this story, but then when we were not on the football field and we were just like in the stands playing during football games, I would either just play one long note the entire song, or I would just go like blah, 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 and just like play gobbledygook because I was like, "Fuck you, dude! I like for making me do this.
Wow.
I don't want to be here."
Wow.
Yeah, and then so I quit.
Okay.
That is wild. I do like how you were one of like 1,000 trumpets, so you can do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you had to get circled in red. I don't even know, red pen.
It's like
that's brutal.
You're a grown man. You're picking on children. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He took it very seriously. This band director.
Yeah.
They're all serious. Yeah. I've never met a non-serious band director. And then my niece recently, she like took up clarinet. And she told me that like her band teacher was like really encouraging her to continue in middle school. And I was like, I'm gonna let you have this one, but I'm ready to throw hands if they make you do something you don't want to do.
I had so much fun in middle school. I loved it. I was in jazz band as well as like the regular band. And then to go from that where I'm like looking forward to jazz band to then high school where you have marching band, you're like, oh, this is the total opposite. I hate everything about this now. I used to love it. Yeah.
They took it way too seriously. And another thing is they asked me, because I was an oboist, they were like, oh, you also have to take marching band. They made that mandatory on me as well. And oboes can't march. They're like, oh, you can pick up another instrument. I was like, how much money and time do you think I have?
Yeah.
I'm
just
a
learn a different one. Is there even like an easy transition instrument?
There are.
So it has to be a wood. I
would have to. So they were like, you could either like pick up a different instrument or you can do color guard. They had that option as well. But like the fact that they made it mandatory.
Yeah.
I was like, what did they think I was gonna do? Say yes to everything?
Is that when you quit, or did you go through with that? Okay.
No, absolutely not. That's when I started crying, and then they had to stop. But it was when I was coming back to school, that start of junior year. Everything up to then, like I was in the band that we called it concert band, but it was just for like people who didn't want to march, and I loved it because I liked playing it casually, and it was just like a fun side thing for me to do, not a full-time job. Yeah. There was way too many hours involved with that and a lot of time and money. So no.
People take it too seriously.
Look, guys, we kind of fell down a hole here with and stuff.
Oh,
which I led to some very good discussions. But we got to talk about holes. We gotta get to it. So we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back to talk about holes on the Overtalking Podcast.
My name is Stanley Yelnats. All my life, I seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. My grandpa says it's because of this 150-year-old curse.
To break his family's curse, you'll have to solve a mystery.
What do you say we dig one more hole?
Why?
I feel lucky.
And find what's hidden at Camp Green Lake.
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, joined once again by returning guest Najah Bhatty, and we're talking about
holes.
Najah, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe for someone who's not yet seen
holes
what it's all about.
Ready, go!
Shia LaBeouf, coming fresh off of his set of Even Stevens, decides that he's going to play Stanley Yelnats. And it's about Stanley, who his family is cursed. Generational curse caused by his no good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing great-great-grandfather. He gets falsely accused of a crime. So he's sent to Camp Green Lake, where a bunch of other juvenile delinquents are meant to dig a hole.
5 seconds.
5 foot deep. Oh my God, what?
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay. There's a hole. There's a hole. They have to dig holes every day. And it's wild, and he stumbles upon a chance to break his family's curse. And Julia Hill says, "I can fix that."
It's
And
Time's
she
way
does
up.
that.
Yeah, time
what?
was up.
Time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I talk too much? Okay. They need to understand the importance of Julia Hill. Go on.
And the curse.
Yeah, what did we miss in that? Because there probably is more that we need to talk about. There's a lot of like subplots in this movie. I feel
it flashes back and forth. You have the
Yeah.
present day with like the story they're telling. So it's really like kind of two movies at once that you getting the great grandfather's or whatever's story.
we get the great grandfather story, and then we also get like Kate Barlow's story,
Right.
like not really related. How was that presented in the book? So let's talk about that for a second. Did we all read the book?
Oh yeah.
First?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did, but I was in 5th grade, so good luck to.
Yeah,
for
don't
remembering.
remember it, but I remember
Right, I don't
liking
remember
it a
it
lot.
either. I remember liking it a lot too. And then I was very excited when the movie came out, and the movie was good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder how they presented like these disparate storylines in the book without like hard. This chapter is just jumping to something completely different.
It might be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reread it again to see how it was presented. But it definitely it wasn't confusing because I was able to like follow along in the
No,
book and understand,
it's-
and it was like a good book to movie transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they did. I remember them doing a good job with it, but also I was a child, so who knows?
Right. Exactly. I was just happy Even Stevens was on the big screen. That
I
was
know.
pretty much it.
The titular Stephen.
Yeah, Steven.
He was probably the only person I knew going into Even Stevens, and I think that was the only person I recognized. And then Eartha Kitt, I think that was after Emperor's New Groove.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
I knew that like Yzma's voice was like very iconic. So I was like, oh, that's also the two people I knew, but it was enough
Yeah.
for me.
I also remember loving that movie, Emperor's New Groove. David
Oh.
Spade.
Mhm.
Iconic, classic. I can quote the whole thing. I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the llama?
Yes.
That's all I remember. I just have a picture of
You-
the llama in my head.
Invite me back. We're doing Emperor's New
Oh
Groove.
no!
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
I think
you
it's
fell
like
into a hole.
Yeah,
a
can we do
5
Titanic?
foot wide and deep
No.
hole.
Ken, Emperor's New Groove, I don't think is even like an hour and a half. I think it's like barely an hour or something like that. It's a
Okay.
very short movie.
Okay,
It's short. It's to the point. You're gonna love it.
I could watch 2 of those in the time Titanic takes.
Yeah, exactly. It's an hour and 18 minutes. Didn't even have hit the hour and a
Wow.
half mark. Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Speaking of movie lengths,
Holes.
this was significantly longer than I thought it was going to be. It was over a 2-hour movie?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
for
so.
reals?
It was like right around there at least.
Yeah, it was around 2 hours. Because they had to tell 2 movies. They're flashing back
Yeah.
between the
Right.
current and the past.
Right. Right.
They had to tie it together, but didn't you were like completely engrossed in it though, right?
I had to split it up.
Really?
No, I'm
split
kidding.
it
I
up?
watched. No, I'm kidding. I was thoroughly engrossed. I didn't remember a lot of it too. Like the actual like curse storyline and how that fit into what Stanley was doing. I didn't really remember that. I remembered sploosh
Yeah.
specifically, and then I remembered onions and
Yeah.
digging up holes. And that was pretty much it. So
Yeah, I think that was the only. I remember that being like really memorable too as a kid, being like, oh, they're just eating onions straight from like the root, and that was always really prominent to me because I always wondered like how I always thought they were really cool for doing that, and I always imagined onions being sweet because they said so. But then I tried eating onions later on, and I was like, this isn't sweet. This is really spicy, and I don't like it.
yeah, there's a reason why people don't eat them.
Yeah, the
Straight.
fact that they were just, biting into them like apples is like, oh, I know you're hungry, but good God.
Gross.
You'd rather starve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken, do you have any trivia about other movies that came out the same year?
No, go for it.
So I was like, seeing it's a Disney movie, I was like, this was kind of, I would say, even more of the heyday of Disney, being a Disney kid growing up. They put out, if this website is true, 42 other movies that same year.
Disney specifically did?
Disney specifically.
What year was this?
Like Disney Channel
2003.
original movies?
2003. Okay.
I think so.
Did Brink come out that year?
Oh, no. At least not according to this wiki page I'm on.
What other famous ones came out that
Yeah,
year?
Okay.
give us.
Yeah. Some highlights: Finding Nemo, huge.
Oh, yeah.
The Freaky Friday.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. Are you sure Brink didn't come out near that? Because Christina Vidal's in both of those movies, and she looked kind of the same.
1998 is Brink.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I made it up. So she doesn't age, is what I learned. Got it.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Najah, fun fact, a super early episode of this show, we had the writer of the movie Brink on as the guest.
Well, I'm sorry. The writer of Brink?
The writer
Of the movie.
Time
this
out.
is not a bit. This is a true thing. Jeff Schechter is his name. He came on the show.
You know him?
Yeah.
Apparently,
He wrote
yeah.
Nanya?
Yep.
We had done just a normal episode on Brink, and he must have had his Google alerts on for Brink and reached out to
who
us. And
wouldn't
was like,
if you
hey.
wrote Brink? Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing we've ever done on this show was interview
Yeah.
Jeff Schechter, the writer of Brink.
I don't know. Pretty big was having a dinosaur from Jurassic Park on. I thought that was a pretty big
And
deal.
she
Large,
was
for
beautiful and
sure.
perfect. Okay, go
That's
on.
right. Yeah, he said something to the fact that like he was in some either a writer's room or something like that, like working on another show or movie, and people were asking like, oh, like, would we know you from anything? And he was talking to kind of younger people, and he was like, have you seen the movie Brink? And they're like, what? He's like, that was me. Like, it's still
That was me. Is
like our
crazy.
generation knows it. That yeah.
Yeah.
And he emailed us out of the blue. He was just like, hey, I saw you guys did that.
Yeah.
Were
That
you
was the most nervous I've
freaking
ever been
out?
for this podcast. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was very, very nervous.
Especially because
I'm sure
it's
probably you can hear it in the
it's
episode,
super early, so we barely knew what we were doing. Still don't, but even less so.
But yeah, it was like, we hadn't broke 50 episodes yet. So,
Something like that. Yeah, it was nuts.
That is why I have to look at everyone who is listening. Go back to episode. You know what episode number it is off the top of your head. I know
Yep.
Jeff Schechter definitely does.
Yep, I sure do. And that would be episode 34.
Amazing. The same as my
Wow.
district. Sorry, that's Hanking School. Shout out.
I think it's pretty great that we don't have a Patreon, and all of this is just on the feed. You don't have to, go behind the paywall to get something that old.
Oh, beautiful.
You're welcome, folks.
Yeah.
Everyone go back and listen to that one because I know I will.
And if you like it, why don't you buy a Magic Mind or something?
Help us out. Rate us.
Yeah.
Go on iTunes or
Rate
whatever.
and review. Yeah,
Apple Podcasts, stupid thing.
that's
People-
right.
Well, this is going back to Freaky Friday. That's an iconic year. I mean, like this is a
Yeah.
top notch.
Yeah, well, let's maybe go back to Holes, actually. All the way back to
You don't want
Holes.
to talk about Piglet's big movie that also came out that year?
Oh,
Dear God. Did you watch that? I don't know what that is.
Piglet from Winnie the Pooh?
Well, I know what Piglet is, but Piglet's Big Movie is
Yeah.
a title?
Yep.
Okay.
it was kind of, it's not exactly the compared to Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
I don't think people had the time to watch Piglets.
Didn't go out in droves to theaters to see Piglet's Big Movie.
Mm-hmm.
Inspector Gadget 2, Airbud : Spikes Back,
Oh, Airbud.
the volleyball
can't
one?
stop.
the Lizzie McGuire movie.
That's true.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Because this was all around the time, and I know this specifically because Lizzie McGuire. Well, actually, no, Lizzie McGuire movie. Did Cinderella Story come out the year after?
It is not a 2003 movie.
Okay,
Don't
so
know that.
that came out a little bit after then, because this is all in the same. What's it called? Like the Hillary Lindsay feud. She had Michael Murray's involved with that. Aaron Carter, rest in peace, gone too soon.
Yeah.
Great year.
Full Court Miracle.
Guys, I got to take us out of this hole. We gotta get
Pirates
back
of the
to it.
Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh my God.
That was the era of the pirates. Remember when that was the biggest thing?
It was classic. Ken, you
Too many
asked
movies.
this question, so you're gonna get an answer.
I didn't want all 40 of them. I wanted to know the big ones.
Hold on, I only got 20 more to name. We'll go down
Oh, I know you do.
the
Yeah.
Even Stevens movie.
Oh, sorry. Hey, and which brings us back to go on, Ken.
Holes. Yeah,
See, that was on purpose. I knew what I was doing.
absolutely.
That was my version of the weave.
Perfect.
All right, who's got something Holes related?
I want to talk about how the Wardens reminded me of the band directors at my high school.
No, we can't.
I'm kidding, but Sigourney Weaver, I thought she was amazing. Wait, this was actually like a really good family movie. I have like kids in my family, and a lot of times like it's a little hard to find something that like my nieces and nephew would love to be a part of and watch it. But it has like it had a really great all-star boys cast with all the boys. So I really love all of their scenes. Did you have any like really parts you really enjoyed during the movie? Any like memorable quotes?
I had something that not a positive, but something that like stuck out this time around.
What?
Sorry, not about the movie, about a character. Love the movie.
Okay, well,
Not about the movie? It's got to be about the movie.
About a character in the movie.
Okay.
So the camp counselor guy that they call Mom.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're introduced to this guy as him being like the counselor that wants them to do well and get them back on the right feet and out to society. And he refers to them by their real name, and they hate that, and they want to go by their nicknames. He treats them all like with respect, except Zero, who's who's like even more of a child. He's like, well, I'm tell them by their names because that's how society will refer to them. And then he's just all of a sudden like, you want to know why this kid's named Zero? Because there's nothing going on in his head. There's a stupid little kid doesn't know what the fuck. Like, it's like, Jesus, dude. Why are you picking on the little kid?
That was really jarring for me as well. Because, it's almost like you're coming off of Mr. Sir, who's this hard ass, and then you're introduced to this other guy, and supposed to be like, maybe the antithesis to that. But then, he just does the 1-2 punch of like Zero's doesn't know anything. He doesn't speak. He's stupid guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, really jarring. I know why they did that though, because in the end, all of those counselors need to be bad people because bad things happen to them. So, I guess that was how they're setting that up. But
you didn't really want to have empathy for them. What's up?
Right.
It just stood out that it's like why pick on the littlest, youngest like kid? That just really got to me. Because there is another scene where Shia LaBeouf gets like bullied, and the camp counselor is essentially like, hit him back, go for it, like fight. You guys should fight, which like that also sheds them in the bad light. So I feel like that already establishes, this guy is a jerk. He doesn't.
And he also doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Absolutely not a counselor at all. But I think it is really. He's all so funny and stupid. Like the whole ending scene, or like any scene with Sigourney Weaver and John Voight and Mr. Pendanski, it was always like really funny to me because it was three very distinct characters like interacting and hating on each other. And then of course you have like that moment where Zero like smacks him in the face with a shovel and tells him he can read and then runs away. And it's just like my favorite scene ever. So I guess
like
it like builds you up for that too.
Finally got what he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Getting smacked.
Oh, and it sounded like it hurt too. Sorry.
What would you guys do if you found a treasure chest of gold and silver and jewelry?
Spend it.
Oh, really?
No, see, I've invested in
crypto,
the stock market, and the mutual funds.
No,
I'd spend it. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Or anything?
Dogecoin. Yeah. By boat.
Buy a boat. All right, that's a good answer.
CJ, what would you do?
I want to hear you first, Najah.
Yeah. Oh, I would want to buy back Old Country Buffet. That and Baker Square and call it a day.
Nice. Cub Foods.
I also would buy a boat. Ken's right. I'd buy a boat.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll do a boat ride first, and then we'll go to Old Country Buffet for a snack.
I'll buy a buffet for the boat. We'll put a buffet on the boat.
Get that cornbread on that boat.
We'll buy our own camp.
Soft serve ice cream.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Swirl. Gotta get both.
Ooh, yes, please. Yes, please. All right. It's time for trivia. It's time for...
Hey, did you do that?
Yeah, for new listeners, this is the trivia portion of our show where we pit our guests and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watch. Najah, CJ, are you two ready?
Ready.
Okay. I have a lot.
Oh,
I hope you are actually ready. First question. Whoever shouts out the correct answer first gets the point.
Ooh.
Stanley and Zero weren't actually eating onions towards the end of the movie. What were they really eating? Like in the movie, like real life.
Oh, in real life,
when they filmed. Like in the movie, they were eating onions, but like, what were they really?
Oh, as like the
Apples.
prop?
Apples is correct.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, they wrapped it in some sort of like purple edible film, and then they chomped down, and it was apple.
You gotta get that crunch.
Yeah, because they weren't gonna make him really eat onions.
No.
Yeah, because otherwise, why would I, as a viewer, think that I can go to an onion and think it would sound like an apple as well? It sounded like an apple, and honestly,
It looked like they were enjoying it. So
Yeah.
false advertisement. Go on.
All right, now just on the board. Next question: true or false? The screenplay for this movie was written by the book's author.
True.
True.
True. Next question. The author and his wife and his daughter appeared in one scene, and the author even had a line. Who was he? First person to get the right answer gets the point. Good luck. I can give hints if you guys don't get it quickly.
Trying to think of what ancillary characters there were.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a bus driver?
No.
Is it in the
I mean,
old time? Like, is it in the
Yes.
Kate Barlow's time?
Oh.
Is he in the classroom?
No.
Oh, is he one of the bad guys that end up like burning
No.
the school?
Or is he is Julia Hill selling the onions to him?
Oh, the bald guy.
Yes.
Is he the bald
The
guy?
bald guy. That's
The
it.
bald guy. Okay, thanks. I basically set you
Yeah.
up for that.
I think Najah should get a point for that as well. I'm gonna give her a point and me a point.
Sure. Okay. Yep. Yeah, he was the bald guy. He
Nice.
said, my head? That was it. All right.
Nice.
Next question. This might be easy, but we'll see. The actress who played Kissing Kate Barlow is the sister of what Scream star?
David Arquette.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yes, that was Patricia Arquette. Or Medium, as only I know her. She's just Medium.
The titular medium.
I know her as David Arquette's sister.
All right, next question. Director Andrew Davis, his father, appears in this movie and has many lines. Who is he?
Father. Is that's just too damn bad? Or no? It's his father.
Ooh,
Great.
No.
line.
My daddy owns the lake? No. Who is it?
no.
Oh,
Right.
is it the grandpa?
It is the grandpa,
Oh.
Stanley Yelnats II. Yep, that's the director's
grandpa.
actual father.
The scene when the policemen come in and they're like, "You don't know like which side of the room is mine." It's like
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked him.
all the Sweet Pea stuff.
Get a
Go
little
on.
tear at the end too.
Yeah. All right, next question. 3 years after this film was released, author Louis Satcher published a sequel to Holes. Did you guys know this?
No.
It's true. What is the title? This is multiple
Six.
choice. Is it A, Sweet Feet? Is it B, Small Steps? Is it C, More Holes? Or is it D, Hole? Singular. Sweet Feet, Small Steps, More Holes, or Hole?
Sweet Feet.
Actual sequel to Holes. Sweet Feet is your pick?
I guess so.
I'm
Okay.
going with more holes.
Unfortunately, both of you did not get the correct
Thank
answer.
God. What is it for reals?
I want to know. Do you think it's either Small Steps or Hole? This
Hole.
isn't for a point.
I think it's whole.
Is it whole?
It's Small Steps.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I just want to say wrong.
Yeah, this one did not get turned into a movie. It features just some of the other boys who were at the camp, and they get into more hijinks after they're released. Has nothing to do with any of the main people. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with Holes.
Okay.
Must-
But it's the side characters for sure.
Yeah, it was like Armpit and X-Ray, I think.
That would be fun. I would still
Okay.
be down to read that.
Yeah,
Well, that's why I didn't call it whole because Stanley Yelnats isn't even in it.
right. I liked More Holes.
More holes is
I'm happy
Classic.
with that. All right, next question. Who was originally cast as Stanley in this movie?
Ooh.
Was it A? I'm going to list a bunch of young actors, and I'll tell you what movies they're from because you might not know all of them.
Hmm.
Was it A? Alex D. Linz, who starred in Home Alone 3?
yeah, and also Full Court Miracle. Go on.
Oh, okay.
The 2003 movie.
Yep.
Of course. Was it B, Frankie Muniz, who starred in Cody Banks and other stuff? Was it C, Daryl Sabera, who starred in Spy Kids? Or was it D, Jack DeSena, who was in All That?
I'm going with Frankie Muniz.
Okay,
Oh,
From
that's
Malcolm in the
sassy.
Middle, Ken.
that's right.
I don't know who Jake DeSena is, but that sounds interesting.
CJ gets the point. Agent Cody Banks was originally supposed to be in it. And also, they also offered it to Alex D. Linz. But
they said no?
Didn't work out. I don't know what happened. That's all I know.
Frankie Muniz has us flagged. Please get him on.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Okay, next question. How are we doing on points?
Najah's up 5-3.
Okay, this could become interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a question, and I want you to, within 3 seconds of me finishing it, shout out a number. Okay?
Can you count down as soon as you're done?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you need to both shout it out.
You need to say a number.
Yes. If Stanley is expected to dig one hole each day per Mr. Sir for 18 months, not counting a leap year, what is the total number of holes he would have been expected to dig? 3, 2, 1.
520.
Okay, CJ is significantly closer than Najah. It was 547. You were like very close.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Najah, those math workbooks not working out.
You know what?
Yeah.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah.
That one page that I didn't do.
Okay, well, it's actually pretty close now. So this might be the last question. Doesn't have to be, though. We'll do the same thing where I'm going to read a question. It's what is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage? Just closest, and you both need to shout out your answer once I count down. I'll give you a little bit more time to think about it, though. This is the critic score in Rotten Tomatoes for the movie
Holes.
Okay. You both got a number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
87. Oh.
Okay. 85 and 87. Najah does win. She is closest. The actual score is 78, though, so a little bit lower.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
It's
But,
a
I mean, it's
good
still
movie,
decent,
though.
though. Yeah. That's not bad at all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll skip the suspense with Letterboxd because I feel like it's always something 3 related. It's 3.5. In case anyone's curious.
Literally right in the middle.
But I think that might take us to our ratings then.
You've heard us debating. We know you've been waiting. So now it's time to hear our ratings.
Najah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Holes for you?
Oh, I love Holes. So I'm going to give it the 1 and the hole. So 10.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, I see you.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. No notes.
That's all I gotta say. I
sure.
love everything about it. I thought the casting was perfect. Sigourney Weaver's hand choreography made me want to be a hand model. The thumb print, what's called the thumb, God's thumb.
God's thumb.
Going on. That was amazing. The writing was memorable. The quotes are elite. I still quote it to this day. That's just too damn bad.
That's right. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Yeah. The duck may swim on the lake, but my daddy owns the lake.
Oh, God.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. All right, CJ.
For me, there's a lot of nostalgia with this, being a fan of the book and seeing it as a kid. I think we definitely watched it more than once in our household. I know my brother was a big fan of this as well. It was a fun rewatch too. It's hard to fault. I was also shocked at the runtime, but I don't think it felt like it. I don't think there were moments where I was like, this feels long or anything like that. I think it's well paced. It's good that it kind of flips back and forth, so you're kind of getting a break between each story and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I had a good time. I'm gonna give this a solid 8. This is a good movie.
Nice.
Ken.
For me, yeah, I mean, I love Holes. I think some of the casting in the way back time took me out of it a little bit with Medium and Gus from Psych.
John Voight.
And John Voight. For sure. So, yeah, that took me out of it a little bit. I don't know. I hate to fault it just because of casting, but like it just did. But overall, I mean, the movie is great. Yeah, lots of things going on to keep you interested, but not enough to be confusing. And you get a sweet little rap at the end. Dig it I'm going to give it, for me, I'll give it a 6.5. I think it's really good. You know, I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, I was going to say really good, and it's in the 6 range. Sheesh.
Yeah, so it's where it should be, 7 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All around pretty good.
100% takes it over the edge.
The song?
Yes.
I love it. I love that song. That was on repeat in my house at that age.
Nice.
When I unplugged the phone so I can plug in my computer and look it up. Yeah.
Yeah, kids, that's right. That's how the internet used to work. Look it up.
Dating ourselves a little bit here, but yeah.
We're hip and relevant and young.
We are.
That's right.
Facts.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's just too damn bad.
God, I love that is like in all the memes now. It's so good.
It's so good. Everyone feels that way. And I love it. I love it so much.
Well, that might do it for Holes. But coming up, it's October next episode, guys. Are you so excited? Yeah. So, as we always do on this show, all October long, we're doing horror movies.
Scared.
Yeah, I know. CJ, are you ready? Oh, man. So the theme this time around is classic horror movies featuring monsters and villains. And I actually have all of the movies here. Should I read it off, CJ, or should we wait for like a promo?
Read them all off.
Read them off?
All
Okay.
40.
Well, there's 5 weeks in October this year, so we get 5 horror movies. We're kicking it off. Patrick Cottner's returning, and we're talking about Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That comes out on October 2nd. And then on October 9th, we have a brand new guest, Alex Vasquez, and we're talking about the original, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then on October 16th, we have Carissa returning to talk about Saw. Then on October 23rd, we have Olivia returning for Silence of the Lambs.
Never seen it.
And then for the Halloween episode, October 30th, of course, we always have Danny returning, and he wants to talk about Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh,
never
So
seen that
rounding
either.
it out, bookending it with 2 Frankenstein movies. Should be good.
Nice.
that's a classy lineup. Classy.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. So yeah, stick around. We got a bunch of stuff coming up for your ear holes.
Can't wait to have nightmares.
Absolutely. We got some heavy hitters and we got some lighter ones. So I think hopefully it'll
mix.
average out. Yeah. Well, Najah, thank you for joining us. Do you have anything you want to plug at the end here?
Of course. I'll be taking up band practice. I'm kidding. I am going to be performing on October 5th at Chicago Customs' first South Asian Festival Showcase. I'll be doing stand-up there. So I'm very excited for that.
Hell yeah.
And I'll keep y'all posted on any other performance gigs I have coming up. Otherwise, you can catch me at home.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Thank you again. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. And I'm just happy that, we're entering spooky season by talking about our childhood traumas this episode.
That's right.
I
Very
appreciate
appropriate.
The real scary stuff.
Yeah. The band director. When's that happen? We'll make a movie out of our own for sure.
Yeah. All right, Sage, what do we got?
You can follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod. Go to our website, overtalkingpod.party. Email us at overtalkingpod@gmail.com or call or text the show at USACat1591.
Oh, no, they're here. Oh, it's the Overtalking Overlords. They're swinging around shovels.
It's very
on brand. They're here to remind you, if you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate and review where applicable. Reviews are what help people find this podcast. Also, we spend no money in advertising. If you'd like to help, please tell a friend and spread the word. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Drink some Magic Mind. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
And as we say at the end of every single episode,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's just too damn bad.
Bye.
Bye.
2 suits, 2 tokens in hand. I got no respect cause I'm the new man. Got my shovel, shoes full of sand. Check out the tag, the name's Caveman. This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Kent and CJ, edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Najah Bhatty. Music by Justin Peters. Logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs.